If my homeboy came to me and said, Corey, I'm just saying, I saw your girl with this nigga and she got in the car, I'ma tell him, well, that bitch is handling church business.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Stop telling on my bitch, nigga.
Oh, baby, I don't wanna know.
That kid, he's a menace.
Be on the lookout for the straight up menace.
Hey everybody, what's up? This is the Menace and you're watching Menace II Dating. Now, you've seen from the title, we are going to get into some quotes that Corey Holcomb made on this show. We'll get into that in a second, but before we do any of that, I need you to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, tell them, hit that bell down, and right down here, there's a lot of you guys, man. Watching my videos, you haven't subscribed. It's right down there, it's real easy. Hit that subscribe button right down there. Right down there, it's real easy. Hit that subscribe button and then hit that little bell so you know when I upload a video, you know right away. So anyway, we're going to get into this video with Corey Holcomb right here.
If my homeboy came to me and said, Corey, I'm just saying, I saw your girl with this nigga and she got in the car, I'ma tell him, well, that bitch is handling church business. Stop telling on my bitch, nigga.
Okay. I don't know how y'all take this, but if my chick is out doing something wrong, you catch my woman out and you see her get in the car with another man, yeah, tell me. If you're my homeboy, you're supposed to tell me. Now, when you hear a man say, don't tell me, there's a lot of reasons what that could be. He may feel this woman is out of his class and he already knows that she's like that. And he's afraid that if he says something, speaks to her on it, that she's going to leave him. So that could be the issue. And it could be just, he's used to having low quality women in his life and he doesn't expect anything more from them. And a man who's used to having a low quality woman or not a woman who he thinks he's out of her league. So he feels like it's a detriment to his relationship if he says something. Okay, so that's what it is. So men, you want to avoid women like that, and fellas, you want to avoid fellas hanging out with men who have that type of mindset, because that mindset can corrupt your mind and have you thinking the same way as well.
That's what I'm gonna tell the nigga. If you see my bitch doing whatever, nigga, it ain't your job to come back and tell me. I'm gonna tell you that because most niggas don't know that. Most niggas think he doing you a favor, so you don't take it personally. You just tell the nigga, that's church business right there, homie. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Okay. So, look, to me, if my homie knows that my woman's out doing something wrong and he doesn't tell me, the first thing I'm thinking is, if I find out, the first thing I'm thinking is, why didn't you tell me? Spare me the embarrassment of running around town looking like a fool, people talking, whispering behind my back. The last person that should be holding things from you is your homeboy, somebody you grew up with, okay? Because I've had plenty of relationships. My homeboy was there in the beginning, he was there during, and he was there way after. And these women are long gone. So my homeboy let me know on a few occasions, like, hey, and it helped me make better decisions than the women that I was choosing. So also, think about the type of people you keep yourself around you. If they're not telling you what's going on, it's probably because they want to be the next one in line. Now, again, I said that Corey Holcomb hasn't had an example of high quality women. He's had nothing but low quality women in his life. And some of the things says like this here.
Corey just said that a woman has to have sex with at least 10 men before she can make wise decisions in her dating atmosphere. Is that what you said? What did you say?
When you have been destroyed due to rejection because you thought you were special, it makes you a better woman.
But why does it take 10 men to sleep with to get
It takes
there?
about, after that 10th guy, I think intelligent women are like, you know what? I'm not who I thought I was.
But wait, before...
All right. I'm sorry, Corey, man. I got to disagree with you on that. That don't make no damn sense. See, Corey doesn't understand the fact that the more bodies a woman has, the more bodies that she has, the more notches on her belt, the more trauma that woman has experienced. Like he said, when you've been run through and treated like shit by these guys, he thinks it makes them a better woman. But what it actually does, it adds trauma to these women. And then that trauma is passed on to you, which could be the 11th, 12th, God forbid, the 51st guy. You see what I'm saying? Imagine that, because each woman carries a little bit of a man with her when she leaves, when she's in a relationship. Because you got to remember, women are emotional creatures. So there's emotion involved in each one of these guys. And that bit of emotion is carried on and on. Unless they get therapy, they carry that on for years. And you don't want to be the man who has to deal with all that extra baggage. Here's another guy here he has the same values as far as women in their body counts. Okay, now this next video is Adam Sosnick. He has a show called Valuetainment Money. Now he gives his interpretation on how he feels that things women should do, which goes a lot in line with what Corey Holcomb was saying. So let's get into this video.
Number 2, let's talk about age. You talked about being moldable, okay?
Yeah.
What's that?
I said he's top G.
Top G.
He's not.
I kind of agree that I think women 21 to 24, they got some figuring shit out to do. They need to date the wrong guy. They need to fucking fuck up. They need to go through their whole phase. Like, because the last thing you want to do is get married at 22 and like you were molded or whatever. I've seen this happen before. Next thing you know, you're 37 and you're like, I never got to party. I never got to be the girl on a yacht. I never got to bang the Latino guy in the...
Okay, as I was saying before, a man who thinks about women like this, thinks that they should have this hose phase and everything, he doesn't understand that the more women or the more men that women sleep with, the more emotional bonds they are creating with these people, with these men. And once they have heartbreak, now that bond is turned into heartbreak, and they're carrying that on in their life from one relationship to the other, and they're stacking them up to where by the time it gets to you, you have damaged goods, okay? Damaged goods. Now, the next video we're gonna watch is the rebuttal. And this is from a woman, her name is Allie Drummond. She's a red pill woman, and she has a show called Real Femme Sapien. You can check her out. It's their video.
Club, whatever, and then like you're gonna have this like, I wish. So there is a component for women to kind of get some of the stuff out of your system, and then let's say whether it's 24, 25, whatever, then you can kind of get settled into it. I'd say the exact same thing to guys, but just wait till you're in your 30s. Like any guy that's like trying to get married at 22, I'm like, bruh,
Don't do it.
what?
When I was like 20, I wouldn't have been a good housewife.
Go ahead.
I think that just comes down to how you're being raised, right? Because if you grow up in a 2-parent, well-rounded, and I'll say religious household, you're going to be absolutely fine being a housewife and a stay-at-home mom 20 to 24. But I think that just shows where women are at. And I don't think you can get away from feminism. Every woman is a feminist to a little bit of a degree. I talk to average women pretty frequently. And I can understand why men want to go younger. I don't think they want us dumb. I think they want us to be cooperative and not combative. And I've worked with women. Sometimes I coach women, and I really hate is a strong word. I really dislike coaching women that are 30 and older, because it's too hard to break the mental models that they've already formed. And how old was the woman that you were talking to in Miami, do you think?
Shit.
Late 20s?
It don't matter.
I think she was 29.
Right, late 20s. So that's like an example of really bad girl game and indoctrination. You do something nice for me, I tell you, you like this guy, and basically, in my mind, I think that you're a scumbag, but these same women are going to complain that they're not dateable and that they're single in their 30s. Whereas like, for me, I don't feel bad for you. Like, you had a choice. You could have been a wife sooner. I mean, whatever. But my point is that that's a lot of American women right now. They're just outright disrespectful, ungrateful, unkempt, and I think it's a struggle on both of the sexes right now.
Woo, did she have a mouthful right there? Well, she made great points. And it is a struggle on both sexes right now. So, men, you don't want to go too young with the lady, but you don't want a lady who's out there running the streets. Ladies, you want to keep your purity. Because men value purity, and we value a woman who really takes care of herself. So she wants to be pure as possible. You know, you start getting up in them 10 body areas, then you're like Corey Holcomb category. We don't want nothing like that. Now, This next video, we're going to show you what can happen to those women out there who decide to get on that pony carousel riding around, okay? This next video is a clip from Manosphere Highlights Daily. This is my favorite channel in the Manosphere. And because this guy, he goes through things so precisely and is very well edited, very well thought through, very well done, period. Anyway, he gives an example here, or a video that I'm gonna react to his video of him reacting to this lady here explaining about, well, riding that carousel.
Athenis tearfully explains why she regrets being a slut. Broken women cannot be fixed. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Bridget Fantasy wrote a piece about regretting being a garden tool, and the piece went viral. And of course, everybody and their mama had something to say about it.
I really just wanted to take a minute, read the piece in my own voice, and tell you about the reaction that I've received, and tell you about some of the things I've heard and some of the things that have been put on this essay that I don't feel are what I was trying to say at all. So I'm going to read it.
What she says after reading her article is pure gold, but we will highlight a few things from the article to reinforce our message, namely that you should protect yourself at all times. Don't try to save these women, because broken women cannot be fixed. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do, because we men ain't we? Shit.
I know regretting most of my sexual encounters is not something a sex-positive feminist who used to write a column for Playboy is supposed to admit. And for years, I didn't. Let me be clear. Being a slut and sleeping with a lot of men is not the only behavior I regret. Even more damaging was what I told myself in order to justify the fact that I was disposable to these men. I told myself I didn't care. I didn't care when a man ghosted me. I didn't care when he left in the middle of the night or hinted that he wanted me to leave. The walks of shame, the blackouts, the anxiety. The lie I told myself for decades was, I'm not in pain, I'm empowered. I knew it would be hard to read this.
Did you hear that, guys? First, she made a sound, ugh, and then the tears started falling. Where did we hear this before, guys?
Okay, so you heard it right there. Women, the more bodies you accumulate, the less ladylike you feel. It takes away from that. You're no longer a pure woman, and you feel that as a woman. You heard her in the video. First, when she started reading it, she was like, ugh. And then when she got into it, the tears just started flowing, because she knows she's ashamed of the things she's done. At the time, she called it empowerment, but really it's just shame and embarrassment of herself to herself. Okay? So remember, keep the body counts low, fellas. If you see ladies and they got those high body counts, those are red flags. You need to move the other way. And as I always say, like, subscribe, please hit that's right down there. Hit that subscribe button. And we out of here. I'm The Menace, and you've been watching Menace to Dating. Peace.
Be on the lookout for the straight up menace.